Hello, I'm Claudia from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. So I won't be doing this tomorrow because I'm traveling tomorrow to Kuala Lumpur. But you got me today, so let's make the most of it. So what I'm going to be doing today, once I've sorted this out, is going deeper into the daily read and the extra card that I pulled out from Colette Baron Reid's deck. And be talking about abundance today because it came up a little bit in the daily read, and it's got something to do with the how it ties in with Colette Baron Reid's card for the day as well. And it's also come up with a couple of people as well. So I want to talk about that. About the stuff that we've got within us. So where are you watching from, everyone that's joining me? Watching me right now? So yeah, tomorrow morning I am going to Kuala Lumpur, going there for a week. So all my videos and everything, it'll all still happen. I want some there Tuesday morning for me. So it's Monday morning, tomorrow morning for me. Tuesday morning I'll be doing it. I'll be doing Psychic Cafe from Kuala Lumpur. Get some kind of setup going on up there. Down there. It's south of me. So the daily read today, it was all about having fun, not judging people that have fun because you want to have fun too. And your path will be very much aligned with you having fun. So you need to allow others to have fun and allow yourself to have fun. Hey, Nikki, just making my coffee. Oh, coffee. I'm good, even though it's really peeing down. Oh, is it? It's cold here. This is like the third cold day. It's winter. Winter lasts about a week here. It's good. It's a little bit cold and then it's all over. I think it was about 25 degrees yesterday, but really windy, so it feels colder than that. It's kind of nice to wear clothes again. Yeah, but thank God it doesn't last very long. It'd probably be summer for you. Those temperatures. Who else is watching? Never seen me in a hoodie. It's usually too hot. And this is a thick hoodie too. It's all fleecy inside. Yeah, I did my videos yesterday. I made the weeklies yesterday outside. And I was even cold in my hoodie. And I went training. And I did the warm-up and the stretching with my hoodie still on. So I skipped for 10 minutes with my hoodie on. That's how cold it is. Other people that live here find it cold too. Other people, tourists, were like, why are these people wearing clothes? It's funny. You get acclimatized though. You do. You get acclimatized to the weather. What else did we have? Oh, in the daily read, we also had about resources being inside of you. So your gifts. So I was saying about you're not put on this planet without everything that it takes to follow your path, right? And this is how it ties into the abundance and the card today. It's because some people don't realize that abundance is inside of you. So all the abundance you need is inside of you. And I never really understood that when other teachers said it before, but I do now. Because it's all the resources that are inside of you. You've got so much abundance that's available to the world, to give out to the world. Like, for example, me, I could do so many readings, right? So many readings for people, and I make lots of videos. There's so many resources within me that I can abundantly pour onto the world. And I am doing. And in the same way, everybody has got abundance. They've got those resources within them that they could be abundantly pouring into the world, being creative and doing things in the world. But a lot of people don't realize that they've got all of this abundance inside of them. They're kind of waiting for the world to give them abundance first before they'll give any of theirs out. It's very lackful kind of thinking. And yeah, it's only when you really realizing the abundance that's inside of you and sharing that with the world, that it comes back to you. And that can be in any way, be helping people. It can be volunteering. Like, we have so many hours in the day and so much energy to give out. If we just tap into that and start giving it out, abundance flows back to us too. It has to. If we're being abundant, it has to flow back to us. But when we hold it to ourselves, when we don't want to give it out before we've received something back, it stops all the flow. It stops all the flow of abundance back to us. And so it's so important to be doing things, giving your energy out, in order to get that abundance to flow. And I'm not saying like from this perspective of doing it for free. Like, you've got to be smart about it. You've got to know that you deserve abundance back. But if you know that you deserve abundance back and you want it for yourself, and then you start pouring all the resources that you've got inside of you out into the world, then abundance will flow back to you. And the Colette Baron Reid card that I picked out for the day is the butterfly, beauty. It's all about the beauty that's inside of us. And so in the daily read, I was talking about the resources that we've got inside of us, about appreciating ourselves and trusting ourselves, about all of that stuff that's inside of us. Let's see what Colette says about this. When you see the butterfly, know that the power of beauty is in your life. The butterfly reminds you to see through its eyes and watch the world be transformed. Beauty is in the eye of the one who looks for it. Today, look for loveliness even in the darkest places, and you'll be amazed. All of the mystery is beautiful. Beauty is everywhere. You just have to open your eyes. The next step can only be achieved if you do this today. Someone may give you something beautiful today. Remember to be grateful. So yeah, we've got to appreciate ourselves and look for the beauty inside of ourselves and start recognizing all of the abundance that's inside of us so that we can start giving it out into the world. So I'm going to pick some more cards. The weirdest thing about going away is trying to eat all the food, trying to time it so I've got enough food to last me today, but then trying to eat it all because I have a lot of like fruits in my fridge. And what else? Yogurt, fruits, yeah, eggs. The eggs can wait. They'll be all right for a week. That's the weirdest thing. So why does giving out not become codependent when you hold that pattern? Yes. I'm not just talking business-wise. You can do it. You can do it in any area of your life. And you find you'll hear like stories of people that have done that. They just start doing something that's in their heart. They start doing something for other people prolifically. And it starts coming back to them. People notice and it starts coming back to them. But yeah, you've got a point there. So codependence is like when you're imbalanced in the giving area, for sure. And it's like, yeah, how to explain it? Codependence is like when you want to give to one person, right? Give everything for one person. It's like a people-pleasing thing. I'm not saying like use all your gifts to please everyone else in the world. I'm saying the resources that you have inside of yourself, what's in your heart, what you want to give out, the changes that you want to make in the world, it's like put that energy out. This is not about doing what other people tell you to do or trying to please them. It's not about looking around, seeing what people need and giving that out. That's looking outside of yourself, right? I'm talking about the stuff that's within you, the resources that you have within you, what you want to give out. Right? So the stuff that I'm doing in my business, that's inside of me. I've not looked around and thought, oh, these people are really messed up. They need some guidance. That would be codependent, right? And if I started trying to fix everyone, that would be codependent. But if it's my gifts are inside of me and I'm just sharing it, like putting it out on videos for whoever wants to watch it, whoever wants to be attracted to that, then that's different. So if I was doing it codependently, I'll be looking for people, seeing if they have problems, trying to help them with that, trying to please them, trying to give them what they want. That's completely different. That's ignoring what you've got inside of yourself. It's ignoring the beauty that's inside of you. It's not appreciating yourself. It's not like with the daily doing what's fun for you, doing what you really want to do in the world and putting it out there. So yeah, that's why it's got to be about you, the gifts that you have, the stuff that you want to share, the resources that you've got inside of you. But it's also about others too, because you're sharing it, right? You're putting it out there. And I think people get jaded, because we all start out in jobs, don't we? It's like the progression, you go to school. As long as you do that, whether you quit school early or whether you go all the way through to university and PhDs and all of that stuff. And some people stay there, don't they? But then you start getting jobs, Then you do jobs for other people, and that is it's good for learning. It's good for learning who you are, but you get that limited abundance back. You're asked to do something and you do it for a certain amount of time and you get that limited abundance back. And that can teach people that that's all there is to abundance. And there's way more than that to abundance. And this is why when people travel, it opens them up, like they learn who they really are when they travel, because you snap out of that very fixed paradigm, and then you realize that whatever you want and need shows up when you travel. Make sense? Let's pick out some cards for today, more about the energies for today. I really feel like this is important at the moment because people are like opening up to their true gifts that they probably know that they've got inside of them, but maybe haven't put that together in their mind, that they can just put it out there and start doing what it is that they want to do, and the abundance will come back to them when they're being abundant. So this is like, a few days ago when I was saying, don't wait for the universe to make the first move. You've got to make the first move. You've got to put the abundance that you've got inside of you out. Don't wait for the universe to give you something first. Because we've got things coming in. We've got communication coming. I am love. The Taurus week ahead reading is awesome. It's about praise and appreciation coming from other people. I'm looking forward to that this week. But yeah, in the same way, everyone's got this communication coming in for how you're appreciated. So this is like the universe saying, if you're not realizing all these gifts, all this beauty that you have inside of you, all the abundance that you have inside of you, you're going to be told. People are going to tell you this week, and it's up to you to recognize that. And it's like, this is the universe saying, this is why you're appreciated. This is the gift that you've got inside of yourself. Get that out there. So we're all being guided. We're all being guided to do that, which is cool. I've got 8 more readings to do today. I've got to do the dailies. Yep. The daily readings for next week. Right, so we're going to be told by other people what it is that we've got within us, if we're not understanding what it is that we've got within us. And also meditation and go for it. These 2 cards keep on coming out together. And that's because before you take action, it's really important to meditate so that you are in alignment with your higher self. This, Nikki, is how you don't take the that codependent action too. So if codependence has been a thing for you, like the people pleasing, the trying to do things for others and not for yourself, that kind of thing, then always meditate before you take action, because meditation will get you aligned with your higher self. And so you'll either get a better idea of something that's really aligned to take action on, and you'll really want to do that. Or in meditation or after meditation, your mind will go to objections or something like that, or reminders of past when it hasn't worked out so well. So yeah, meditation before you take action is so important. Didn't meditate this morning. Great, I look forward to my reading. Do you think my higher self will give me a heads up? Yeah, probably. So only someone was it on my page? I can't remember. Someone on Facebook left a message saying they really hope that they win a reading with me because they'd really love to work with me. And my reply was, there are other ways to work with me, not just winning it. It's way easier to manifest money than manifest winning that, like the one reading that I give away in a month. Way easier to manifest money. You can find it on the street. Money's everywhere. I give one reading away each month. That's like massive abundance, money everywhere in the world. It's like, that, what did they say? Going to the ocean with a teaspoon to get some water instead of a pipe and a pump. Looking for something where there's scarcity instead of where there's complete abundance. Again, we've got love. It's like, this is all happening because we're so loved and appreciated by the universe. And we've got to see our brilliance. We've got to see our brilliance before we can put it out there. Brilliant love. Which is why in the daily it said, appreciate yourself and trust yourself. You've got to do that. We're really being pushed to open ourselves up to the resources that we've got inside of ourselves. I think my higher self wants me to travel first before really diving deeper into my gifts. Yeah. It's going to open you up to it way easier. Like it has with me, Yeah, it definitely has with me. Like emotionally and everything, you've got to be in a very secure place to be able to put yourself out there, especially if you're a weirdo like us, Nikki. You know what I mean? No, it's like the black sheep, not everyone would want to put themselves out like with a gift like mine and put themselves out there in a big way. You've got to feel really confident in yourself, emotionally, be really sturdy. Like I don't care if people like make fun of me or tell me it's bullshit or whatever. It just doesn't bother me at all. I'm secure in myself. And yeah, travel helped me to get there for sure. Need to use them more for myself, which I do, but normally for weird encounters. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously part of your gift, right? It's obviously part of your gift. So yeah, we're brilliant and we're loved and we're being steered in this direction to get on the same page as our higher selves in the universe, saying that we're brilliant and we're loved. We've got to recognize that in ourselves so that we can put our stuff out there. And for those that are ignoring the love that's inside of them, they might be focused on romance instead, getting it from outside of themselves. This is saying slow down on that, So this is saying those people that are really focused on relationships and getting love that way and loving other people that way through romantic relationships. It's a symptom of not realizing how much love you've got inside of you the beauty that you've got inside of you, the gifts that you have inside of you, the resources that you have inside of you, how much you are loved. Because, you can give and receive love many different ways. So if you find that you've been really focused on romantic relationships, really focused on that, it could be a symptom that your life is lacking in love on a much bigger scale. One of the signs got in the weekly read got the advice that to get what you need, get your needs met by many people, not just by one person. So that's another symptom of it, trying to find that one person to have a romantic relationship with that will do everything for you, that will meet all of your needs so that you don't have to connect with other people. And there's a saying like, get your physical needs met, your hugs and things like that physical connection that we need, which we do need. Like babies die if they don't get that, and adults are no different. Get that from certain friends that you can hug. And your intellectual needs, get that met by many others too. All of the needs that you have through connection with other people, get them met by a lot of people, and then you take that pressure off romantic relationships. And then you'll be getting that gets you into that abundance vibe, You'll be giving lots of things to all of those people too, that you're receiving from a lot of people too, and it will get you opened up to sharing your gifts with many. So that this overly dependent on romantic relationships is a symptom of holding those gifts and those resources that you've got inside of yourself back. Just wanting one safe outlet for it. Self-love is very hard to learn. Yeah, difficult to see your programs. It is. It is. Really. I agree, Nikki. It's hard to learn, and it's hard to explain too. Because my learning about it was just like this one step at a time, this unfolding, There's one clue at a time and learning. And then you try and tell people about it at the stage you're at, and they're resistant to it because of the stage that they're at, It's like, it might seem like selfishness to them or something. Or, yeah. And it's all very nuanced. It's very subtle. The changes, it's often just a little mind shift that makes all the difference. And it's hard to explain it. And of course, it'll be different for everyone as well. If I've seen anything through my readings, it's that everyone's got a different path to it. Everyone's got this big, it's like a big spider's web. Everyone's this spider's web. And everyone, it's all different. Everyone's different, like snowflakes. Different resistances, different patterns, different, programs going on. And so the guidance for one person wouldn't be right for another person. This is why we've got to listen to our intuition. We've got to follow our own guidance. This is why, I don't do those programs anymore. I had programs in place. So after I'd given a lot of readings online, when I was repeating myself, when I was giving people the same kind of advice, I'd put that into a program, like a video program or an audio program, and sell that. And then when people came to me for readings, instead of explaining the whole thing again, I'd give them the reading, and then if there was part of that reading that they needed that advice, I'd say, get that program. But of course, that doesn't work so well, because people wouldn't get the reading with me to find out what program they needed. They would just get the program. And that, it's like telling a codependent person to just give more, comparing that with telling telling a taker or something to give more. It's going to work for one person, it's not going to work for another person. So yeah, it's very much dependent on the mess that we've got inside of ourselves to start with. I've come such a long way in recent years. I was very much needing relationships, then went into fuck that mode. Now I'm easy either way, yeah. And that's such a great place to be, isn't it? When you're open to a relationship but you don't really need one. It's best. It's the best. And that goes for everything, not just relationships. Abundance too. When you're open to receiving it but you don't really need it. Very freeing. Yeah, very freeing. And I'm not saying we don't need abundance or we don't need money, we do. But when you get to the point where you're not so emotionally attached to it and fearful and clinging to it and all of that, it's exactly the same as a relationship. And so if we compare it with this relationship, this romance, take it one step at a time, it's like being overly focused on romance is a symptom that you're not seeing the gifts inside of yourself. Exactly the same with abundance. Overly concerned, worried, focused on money, focused on lack, it's a symptom. It's a symptom of not seeing the gifts within yourself. Got an amazing multi-trip flight deal earlier. Oh, cool. That was in someone's reading too. Have you watched your weekly yet, Nikki? There was something about that something was going to show up for travel, like a good deal or something like that. That was in someone's weekly read. It wasn't mine. I remember that. But I'm happy because my ferry is running tomorrow morning. And hopefully the wind will drop a bit so it's not... Not that I care, I'm okay on boats. London to Athens to Bangkok to Manila to Bali to Kuala Lumpur. Guess how much? Oh, wow. £800? Is that one way? 600, 500. What is pounds? Oh, wow. That is great. That's awesome. Good job, Nikki. What a gift. What a gift from the universe. I love it. I'm excited to go away again, Kuala Lumpur. A part of me is thinking, why have a book to go for a week? But I know things will show up. Like, remember last time? I got there and I'm trying to find, I hadn't been to the city before. And so I found my way into the city from the airport. And then got the train to the part of the city where my hotel was. And then used maps on my phone to try and find the hotel. But it just led me astray. It led me to a Malaysian tourist thing. I asked them, they said, oh, it's over there somewhere. The whole place is high rises. They're like, it's over there somewhere. So I started walking and my maps thing was telling me to cross the road. And I just felt not to. I'm like, the really big roads too. It's like 4 lanes across the middle bit and then another 4 lanes. I'm like, so I kept on walking on the side of the road that I was on. And I hadn't noticed until I saw the sign that where I was staying was called the Vortex. I had to laugh when I saw the sign. It was like Vortex that way. And then I saw the hotel. Yeah, it's like an apartment building. Anyway, I'm staying at the Vortex again. And so I knew as soon as that happened that it was going to be a good trip because I hadn't even noticed, like it was just completely unconscious to me, the name of the hotel that I'd booked in at. I just picked something on booking.com. It is. I didn't believe it, so I didn't buy it. Oh, really? Oh, you should go for it. London to Athens to Bangkok to Manila to Bali to Kuala Lumpur. Hello, Albert. Pick anything up from Jacqueline. I'll pick things up from you. I can't do readings for other people for somebody. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about like you in relationship with Jacqueline, I can do that. What do you mean, Albert? So I don't do readings for people that want to pry into other people's lives. You know, if someone says, "Oh, can you do a reading about my ex? I want to know what's going on with them," I say, "No, I can't do that." Because it's about your higher self, right? When I do readings, what you're doing when you ask me for a reading is what you're really doing is you're asking your higher self to pass information on to me so I can pass it on to you. You're giving your higher self permission to talk to me. You can't do that for someone else's higher self. Oh, your sister. Yeah, I can do medium readings. I can. It's not like a massive forte of mine. I like doing them every now and then. It takes me longer than other readings. But sometimes it's amazingly helpful. But yeah, I don't do those as the free minis. It's a bigger process for me to do that than just tapping into people's higher selves. So if you want to book one of those, the guidance reading link in the description box, just go to guidance reading and then email me saying that it's a medium reading that you want. Yeah, as I said, it takes me a little bit longer, but I'm okay doing it as a guidance reading. High self is cool too. Yeah, so that's the energies for today. So let's do some readings for you guys. Hey, Tawanda. How are you? So who wants a reading? Albert does. Let's do Albert first. Albert, what does your higher self want you to know? You already know. Albert, you've got choose to change and knowing. This is like, you already know what needs changing in your life. It's time to do it. You're one of those people that keeps on saying that you're going to do something, and you're just like on that edge of having the courage to actually do it. So yeah, you've already had the intuition. You've already been told the changes you need to make in your life. You know what it is that you need to change. It's just you've got to have that courage to do it, and not by yourself either. And so what you're waiting on to make that to have the courage to actually make those changes in your life, getting support, you're waiting on yourself to allow yourself to be supported in that. Yeah, does that make sense? And so the inner step to being courageous enough to make those changes in your life requires you first to allow yourself to be supported by others. And so you're being prepared in that way. So maybe you've got people coming into your life that are more helpful to you, that want to help you out. Yeah, let them. Open up to that. Because we can become really closed down, especially if we've had like negative emotional experiences with other people. We can become closed down and wary of other people. I was for many years. I was kind of half open because I was drinking alcohol to be open, but I was pretty closed down, scared of people. Connect with Abraham at the Vortex Hotel. Isn't it funny? So I was having a little laugh to myself in Kuala Lumpur that I booked into the Vortex. And I'm like, well, great things are going to happen. And they did. I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen this time. Not so much shopping this time. I don't need that many new clothes. I will get some more sports gear though, because I just seems to be wearing it all the time now. Who else wants a reading? Who else is watching? Tawanda, do you want one? Nikki, do you want one? Do you want a little one before you get your big reading today? You're welcome, Albert. Yeah, and if you want that medium reading, then just book one in. I'd like to do that for you. Tawanda, thank you so much. I'm taking your advice. I'm spending time with myself to find out what and to do next. Staying out of my own way, taking it easy, going with the flow. Awesome, Tawanda. That's great news. Might check out the Vortex when I go to Kuala Lumpur. You know what? It's in a really good position. It's hard to find, but it's in a really good position because it's close to the Twin Towers, whatever they're called. and the KLCC, and it's within like 5 minutes walking distance from that. It's a noisy city. I'm just not used to cities. Get a heads up before the bigger one. A little one. Petronas, that's it, Petronas Towers, which is an amazing mall. Yeah, great shops in there. I spent a lot of time in there. The food court is good too. Yeah, this time my necklace, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm not wearing my necklace anymore. The link on it broke. So I'm going to take that in to be repaired, jewelry repair. There's none on this island. And also I've got a white gold earring as well. That's the same, needs repairing. Sounds like Harry Potter spell. It does. Patronus, that's the his stag, isn't it? Nikki, blame and I am heard. So is this the scapegoat thing? Have you been scapegoated in the past and so you keep quiet and don't speak up anymore? Maybe this is about putting yourself out there. You've not been wanting to put yourself out there because of past experiences of being blamed. But your higher self is saying, but that was a scapegoat thing. That was you taking more responsibility than was yours because you're the aware one. And so that's not going to happen. You know, when I first started doing these readings online, I was taking way too much responsibility. I was that codependent kind of person. And I used to take it really personally. Like if I did a reading for someone, if they got back to me, I would just like continue working with them, even though I'd already completed the reading. I would want to fix everything in them. And if they hadn't, if they weren't like 100% fixed, I felt that I hadn't done my job right in that reading, and I would carry on, and like it was like free coaching after a reading. Don't do that anymore. But that was the codependent part of me, and it really stopped me from. It was just exhausting, taking that much responsibility over people, and of course I would attract customers that would say that too. It's like that. Well, that didn't fix it. Nothing's changed. My life is still crap. I've still got no money, that kind of thing. And it made me pull back. But I don't do that anymore. Like I'm happy just doing the readings. And if people still have problems after that, it's fine. It's like I've had problems and we work through it in our own pace. And I'm okay with people working through it in their own pace now. So yeah, I had that going on for sure. And it does hold you back from putting yourself out there. Like I wouldn't be able to do all of these videos. Imagine when I was still doing that, attracting a lot more people, like 3 to 10 readings a day, private readings a day. If I was doing that, I would be working 24 hours a day and just be absolutely emotionally exhausted from taking other people's stuff on. I often used to keep quiet. People find me weird. You're weird in a good way, though. But yeah, I understand, you do. And it makes you close down. It makes you close down when you've got that stuff going on. But yeah, it's different now. You've learned about this. You've learned not to take responsibility. And it might take some practice. Or it will take some practice. So Nikki, be okay about letting go of the past. Be okay about you have let go of the past. Hey, Warren, you're late. I'm on a flight right now with extraterrestrials. Okay. Yeah, so be okay, Nikki, about you have let go of the past. Light the orange card up. Patterns have changed. You're on a flight with extraterrestrials, are you, Warren? Are you? You're late. Where have you been? Right out. I will not be late for Psychic Cafe 100 times. Who else wants a reading? They're examining my privates. Are they doing things? I won't say what was just in my head then. So no Psychic Cafe tomorrow. I will be starting my journey off to Kuala Lumpur. Psychic Cafe time, I'll be finishing off packing my bags and walking down to get the taxi, to get the ferry, to get the plane, no, to get the bus, to get the plane, to get the train, to get to my hotel. I'm off to Kuala Lumpur, to the Vortex. I'm off to my Vortex hotel. So the day after, I'll be on from Malaysia. Thank you. I'm sure I'll have safe travels. Who else wants a reading? I will have fun, I'm sure of it. I'm looking forward to going training at Dragon Muay Thai as well. That's going to be fun. It's different kind of training, so that's good. The magic of the Vortex. Tawanda. Oh, nice. So this is totally in line with what you just said, Tawanda, that things are flowing for you. You're expanding. Your higher self is really excited because it just gave me goosebumps down my right leg. Your higher self is very excited for this path that you're taking now and the expansion, and it's all flowing to you, and you're on track for sure. Good job. And things that are ending in your life now, Tawanda, things that you're completing, your higher self is saying, like, be warm about that, be thankful for it, be thankful for patterns that are stopping now. Be thankful for things that aren't serving you, ending in your life now, in a warm way, not as in thank God that's over, but in I learned so much from that. That was, it was good. Because we learn so much from our negative patterns. We learn so much from it. So the patterns that are ending in your life, be grateful for them. Be grateful that you had them in the first place. My higher self sent me a bill. That would be funny. When we die, we get a bill. And, our higher self say, actually, it was all about the money. And here's your bill. Here's your bill for that lifetime. That would be hilarious. Do you want more, Warren? Who else is watching? Would you like a reading from me? A mini reading from your higher self? I love giving readings. So very easy for me. Tawanda, yes, thank God. I'm getting with the program. Yay! Great learning lessons. I'd like to leave the country next year and travel the world. Oh, cool. Read on, read on. I'll go into my magic rabbit bag. Warren. Guess what? Guess what it's about, Warren? Yes. It is. New beginning, intimacy. It's about relationships. You picked it. You picked it. And with that delay, we were both thinking the same thing. When I said guess it, you'd already guessed. New beginning and intimacy. Speaks for itself, doesn't it? Let's see if I can find the romance card now. Okay. And Warren, it's like overwhelming. That's the aspect of it that you need to focus on now. What is overwhelming to you about relationships when you think about it? Because you're not owning yourself when you think about what's overwhelming about relationships, what's keeping you back from it. The thoughts that you have about relationships that makes them overwhelming to you means that you're not owning yourself. You know what I mean? It's like if I had the idea that if I got into a relationship, then I would just have to be a mom, look after the house, be a housewife, right? That I wouldn't be able to run my business anymore, that I just have to look after a man and children in the house. That's going to stop me from getting into a relationship, right? That would be overwhelming. because that is saying I'm not in ownership of myself anymore, or my path, or what I want to do. And so I don't want to get into a relationship because that's overwhelming. So in some way like that, you've got a belief that overwhelms you about relationships, and it's all about not owning yourself. Your life not being yours anymore if you're in a relationship or something like that. Own yourself. That hot chick is on her way. Are you sure these cards aren't fixed? I've actually got a separate bag for you, Warren, of all love and relationship cards. And when you ask for one, I get the other bag out. So it looks the same as this. But it's a different bag. It's the Warren bag. Tawanda, I know I have a windfall of abundance coming. I would like to send you a love offering for your acts of kindness, and thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for that. This is my week of getting praised by people, by the way. That's what the Taurus reading says for this week. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to soak it all in. I swear it's not even on my mind and it keeps coming. Yeah, but this is the redirection thing, you know. It's like, it's those things that we don't want to look at, that our higher self keeps on going, tapping us on the shoulder. Wake up to it, to get that balance. Thank you for the reading. You're welcome. It's like me waking up to my business as well, you know. My business has been ticking over for so many years. Like, I was hardly doing anything on it, and people would just keep on getting readings. It was great. I could be so lazy and just focus on myself. It wasn't like I was doing nothing. I was doing a lot of inner work. And then my higher self is like saying, do Psychic Cafe, and kept on saying that to me for like 2 years before I did it. Because I got really settled into this lazy thing. I'm like, well, I'm not focused on my business. I don't need to be. It just happens anyway. But now I'm glad that it has redirected me to my business, because I'm having way more fun with it. And I was getting a bit bored when I look back to when I wasn't doing all the videos and everything. I was getting a bit bored in my life. I was having a nice time, you know, but I was getting a bit bored. The poor lady, does she know? Does she know the kooky she would be getting into? Probably. I can only imagine what she's like. Nikki, same happened to me. Got me thinking about romantic relationships. I'm still single though, but open to potentials now. Yeah, that's the way to be. Please have a safe trip. Be safe. Keep us posted. We're sending everyone much love, light, and stay blessed. Yeah, well, I'll be back online. Like, it only takes me, I'll be setting off about now, tomorrow, to go start that journey. And I'll be there at my hotel within 8 or 10 hours or something like that of setting off. It's pretty fast now that the flights are happening again. It's pretty good. In Malaysia. Food isn't as good, but I don't know. Cities always have good food. I'm going to meet ladyboys in Kuala Lumpur. What more ladyboys than here? So many here. I go train with the boys. Thanks for my mini, Claire. Looking forward to the big one. You're welcome. Yeah, so anyone that orders a reading, like I've got today to do it, but then there's fight night tonight, which is awesome. Managed to get a fight night in before I leave. Setting off. Well, the ladyboys in Malaysia, I don't know, they're pretty stuffy in Malaysia. Like, Malaysia, it's kind of, I find it quite hostile. It's not so bad in Kuala Lumpur, but it's kind of Muslim and hostile towards women. I've had guys, like Malaysian guys, stare at me just for having my hair out or something. If you're not covered up, if you've not got your hair covered up and stuff like that, they can be very aggressive. It doesn't feel like that safe a place. I don't know. It feels like a safe place to me, but there's that underlying sexism thing. Ladyboys, I mean, Thailand is open as, you know. You can do anything here. There's not that at all. I'm sure they cover the bodies up and stuff. There's that, but yeah, like I didn't have a problem last time. I didn't find that at all last time. But it's not as open as Thailand, so I don't think I saw ladyboys in Malaysia, and they wouldn't be as accepted as they are in Thailand. Who's looking after chicken? Well, the guy that owns this resort, he looks after it too. I was thinking that this morning when she came in, because it's windy and horrible at the moment, so she's spending more time with me. So she was at my door this morning when I woke up. Yeah, the men are very ugly. How weird. Like, it's right next to Thailand. The men are so ugly and the men are pretty here. So pretty, you can think that they're women. Isn't that weird? They've got like this Indian look about them. It's like a mix between Indian and, I don't know. It's very peculiar. Asian, the differences between the Asian nations and how they look and how they are too. The differences in the cultures and just the way that they are. Interesting. I didn't care for Kuala Lumpur when I visited in the 90s. I only stayed 2 nights. Went to Cameron Highlands instead, very British. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's just, living on a small island, then going to the city. It's just that difference that I like. And you never want to go to Kuala Lumpur. Never. It depends what you want to do there. I'll go to the cinema as well. It's been a while since I've been to the cinema. Yeah, I've not been to Japan. I do like my Japanese friends. I like the Japanese. I was training with one yesterday. One? Yes, one. Yeah, Malaysia, I don't know. It's okay. Kuala Lumpur is kind of good because I like doing city things there. Shopping, and it's good now I found the training there. Not a big city fan. Yeah, neither nor me. But it's just so different than the island. That's why I like it. Koreans are attractive. My Korean friend is coming here next month. That's exciting. Tech. That'll be fun. Koreans are attractive, you think? Some. I don't know. There's been a couple of Koreans that have come and stayed here and trained with us, and I haven't found those guys attractive. Anyway, I need to get on and pick up drunk son and friends. Oh, you taxi. Taxi tonight. Maybe you'll go there next. Korea. Yeah, maybe. Good night. Thank you for coming along, Nikki. Yeah, I should give up instead of just battling on. And I'll see you in 2 days. Yeah, very good month for picking up drunk people. It's more of a dangerous journey than me going to Kuala Lumpur. Okay, thanks everyone for coming along. Don't forget, click like on this video. Get more people seeing it. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in 2 days for Psychic Cafe. But yeah, I'll only be out of the game for a few hours while I'm traveling. Take it easy. And then I'll be back online from Kuala Lumpur. Bye. I'm glad you did too, but you were late. So I expect you to send those lines to me. Sorry for being late, miss. Bye.